Hello. I hope you can hear me. I'm not sure. Let me check real fast. Let's turn on this. Okay. You should definitely be able to hear me now through the phone. Anywho, hello. It's me checking in. It's my Monday drive along think out loud. I have been still recovering, I guess, the past few weeks from that period of just really solid exhaustion. And then I did something kind of silly over the weekend. I went to the movies and I got a popcorn and I got an M&M, and you pour the M&Ms on top of the popcorn and they get all melty and chocolatey and salty, and it's just like really good and horrible for you. And now I think I'm kind of sick, but I'll live. Overall, I'm doing much better than I have in years. So that's good. I've worked a lot today, and it's funny because like the past couple of weeks I haven't been able to work as much as I would like, and then today I've got more work on my plate than I could possibly get done. I've got a freelance market research job that I need to finish for someone who potentially wants to write a book about a certain topic. And then I've got my own book, which I sat down with the printout today and started editing chapter 10. And I was like, I'm missing something here. And I went back and I pulled up the previous chapter, chapter 9, obviously, and I read it. I'm like, okay, I know that's where that left off. And I go back to my paper and I'm writing myself notes at the beginning of the chapter, like, because there wasn't a good transition between the end of chapter 9 and the beginning of chapter 10. And, I got through chapter 10. I'm like, okay, this is good. I might have time to get all these pencil written edits updated in the computer. And I go sit down on the computer, and in that whole space where I had nothing according to the printout, I had at least a couple of pages of narrative. So I looked a little bit closer at my novel writing software. I used Novel Crafter. And if you put things in a bullet, like in a bulleted list, like here's a note, I want to do this, and I want to do this and this, and then you export it to document, it doesn't export. It's not part of the document at all. So that note to people out there who may be using Novel Crafter: make sure you don't have anything in a bulleted format before you export to Word, because that was weird. But so I did that, and then I have my Poshmark stuff going on. I told you all that I was going to be selling skincare products, and I'm still waiting for them to ship from Korea. But in the meantime, the kid and I have set up a Poshmark boutique called Silver Sisters, where we are listing jewelry, hair doodles, things like this, and clothes, just whatever clothes around the house that don't fit us anymore, that are cute. So that's what Poshmark's all about, really, is about clothes and purses and, makeup and hair doodles. So, So I've also got that to do. And I've been doing pretty good. I would say, since I started up that boutique a few weeks ago, I've expanded to 2 other websites, and I'm going to say I've had on average about a sale every day, maybe every other day, somewhere in between there. Let's say I've averaged 75% of a sale a day. How do you like that? So it's not, life-changing money, but it's a very good start. And the fact is, I need a day job, because writing my novel is, it's like a long-term income earning project. You don't get paid, per word for writing yourself a novel. Even if it's a third in a series, unless you have a bestseller on your hands, you're not going to realize any money out of that time spent. And when it comes to freelancing, I'm working my way off of Fiverr and trying to branch out to clients through LinkedIn, and that's a little slow going. And I'm not really loving Fiverr anymore anyway. So I don't spend a whole lot of time promoting that. But yeah, so the boutique is filling in the gap there for me. Hopefully it will continue to fill in the gap and I'll continue to make some money from that, because I have the will, I have the time, I have the energy. I'm ready. Still holding down my mom duties. I'm in line right now to pick up a kid. She's a pretty good kid. Knock wood. She didn't drive me crazy or anything. But I am looking for ways to save money as well. And if you're on my email list, then you got an email about Substack. I asked you, do you use Substack? Yes or no? And then a follow-up question was, I don't know what Substack is. True or false? And I also posted that to my private reader group. And what I found was that about 50% of the people on my Facebook group who answered the survey don't know what Substack is. And about 50% of the people who answered the email survey do know what Substack is, and they do follow writers on there. So I'm not necessarily looking at Substack as an income source right now. Like a lot of writers use it for a platform, where you subscribe to their writing and they get paid. I'm looking at it more as, what's the point of me paying MailerLite $25 a month for my email list if I'm not, like I said, realizing any income off my novels? So that's the plan, I think, is to migrate over to Substack. And I'm on Substack as, I think I'm Planet Tash. Might be the Planet Tash. I don't know. The more I think about changing my name back to Cunningham, the more I wonder if I shouldn't just change all my web stuff to say Leslie Cunningham. Who knows? You know me, I've always had more identities than I needed. I don't know why. I love nicknames, and I love, the little names that you get in groups, like roller derby or, camp or whatever. You just pick up a nickname and it's your name from that place. It's your name to that group of people. But I also just really like my name Leslie as well, So, I don't know. Anyway, look for me. I'm on Substack. Of course, you can always go to the Planet Tash website, which is planettash.com, and I have links there. And I have links to this podcast. And this podcast also has links on the Substack. So, those are places where I am. What I've been doing, basically just working. I was incredibly depressed over real world events, and I need to not focus on those things for my own mental health. So I'm just focusing on earning some money. And I feel like that's a good, eating right, earning money, and getting my energy level back up to where I can exercise again. Because also looking at my calendar, I cross off on my calendar every day that I work. And, if I work for like an hour or so, significant amount of work, I count that, because there's some days when, that's the most I can do. Most days, I work significantly more than that, but I don't keep track of how many hours. But, so if there's an X on the day and there's a star sticker, like, a gold star, I have pink star, silver star, whatever, just any kind of star, then that means that I exercised that day. And the last couple of times I've exercised, I got out of breath so fast. Like, those weeks of being shut down set me so far back physically. So that is also my priority. In addition to those things, Tim and I are making progress on our kitchen project. And we had a new roof put on the house after the last storm. And got somebody coming to repair the fence. Got to get the money from the insurance company. That's kind of, hoop jumping. But, yeah, getting closer. Did some work out in the yard and got it ready for the football players to come and dump mulch. I did that as as a fundraiser for the football players, I bought 25 bags of mulch. And when you buy 25 bags or more, the players deliver it to your house and they'll open it up and dump it wherever you want it. So I put out cardboard boxes to smush the weeds and weight them down with rocks. And everywhere there's a cardboard box, there should be a bag of mulch being dumped. So that'll help with the curb appeal a little bit. I've never really been interested in doing any kind of gardening around this house. I mean, I tried and my attempts were total failures. It's just too dark, too much shade. But it would be great if by the end of April we had a sign in our yard. And it's possible. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks away. So it's exciting. I better run. There are more things I could tell you about, but I can see the line is starting to move here at school, and I just wanted to check in and say hello. I know there aren't, thousands of people out there waiting to hear these updates, but every now and then I hear from one of my friends, and they're like, I'm glad that you posted. So this is me. This is what's going on. Have an awesome day, and I always like to hear from you. I haven't been on social media very much, again, for mental health reasons, but ping me. I'll get back with you.